April 3, 1965, Captain Bill Robinson sits in the cockpit of his F-105 Thunderchef at Korat Royal Thai Air Force Base, Thailand. He's been briefed on his mission: destroy the Thanh Hoa Bridge in North Vietnam. The Dragon's Jaw. It's a railroad bridge, heavily defended, critical to North Vietnamese supply lines. Intelligence says it's lightly defended. Intelligence is wrong. In the next hour, Bill Robinson is going to participate in one of the most disastrous airstrikes of the Vietnam War. And the bridge. The bridge will still be standing. The Thanh Hoa Bridge was built by the French in 1902. It's a massive steel and concrete structure spanning the Song Ma River. It carries the main railroad line connecting Hanoi to southern North Vietnam. Every day, trains cross this bridge carrying supplies, weapons, and troops south to fight against American forces. Destroy this bridge, and you cut the North Vietnamese supply line in half. That's the theory. But there's a problem. The bridge is almost indestructible. American commanders didn't realize how tough this bridge was. They thought a few airstrikes would knock it down. They were spectacularly wrong. The Thanh Hoa Bridge became an obsession for the U.S. Air Force. For 8 years, American pilots flew hundreds of missions against this single bridge. They dropped thousands of tons of bombs. They lost dozens of aircraft, and the bridge kept standing. The North Vietnamese called it the Dragon's Jaw because it swallowed American aircraft. By the end of the war, more American pilots had been killed trying to destroy this bridge than any other single target in North Vietnam. April 3, 1965. The first major strike against the Thanh Hoa Bridge, 79 aircraft participating, F-105 Thunder Chiefs loaded with 750-pound bombs, F-100 Super Sabres providing air cover. The strike package was massive. American commanders were confident. This bridge is going down today. Bill Robinson wasn't so sure. He'd seen the intelligence photos. The bridge looked solid, really solid, and intelligence had said the defenses were light. But as Robinson's formation approached the target, he saw something that made his blood run cold. Anti-aircraft guns. Dozens of them. Hundreds. Every hilltop around the bridge bristled with guns, and they were all firing. The sky turned black with flak. Explosions erupted around Robinson's aircraft. He heard metal tearing as shrapnel ripped through his F-105's fuselage. His wingman called out a hit. One of the F-105s was trailing smoke, and they hadn't even reached the bridge yet. Robinson pushed through. The mission was to destroy the bridge. He'd worry about survival later. He lined up his bombing run. Anti-aircraft fire was so thick he could barely see the target. Robinson pickled off his bombs and pulled hard, trying to escape the flak. Behind him, other F-105s were doing the same. Bombs fell on the bridge. Explosions walked across the structure. Smoke and fire obscured everything. When the smoke cleared, the bridge was still standing. Not damaged, still standing. American pilots couldn't believe it. They'd just dropped tons of bombs on this bridge and it looked fine. The mission commander ordered a second pass. More aircraft dove toward the bridge. More flak erupted. And this time an F-105 took a direct hit. The aircraft exploded mid-air. The pilot didn't have time to eject. He just vanished in a ball of fire. Another F-105 was hit and crashed into the hillside. 2 pilots dead. And the bridge was still standing. The mission was called off. The surviving aircraft limped back to Thailand. 2 F-105s lost. Several more damaged, and the Dragon's Jaw was untouched. This was just the beginning. Over the next 3 years, the U.S. Air Force flew mission after mission against the Thanh Hoa Bridge. They tried everything: bigger bombs, more aircraft, different approach angles. Nothing worked. The bridge had been built to withstand anything. Its foundations were sunk deep into bedrock. Its superstructure was reinforced steel, and the North Vietnamese defended it with everything they had. Surface-to-air missiles, anti-aircraft guns, fighter intercept. Attacking the Thanh Hoa Bridge was a death sentence. By 1968, the bridge had become a symbol. For the Americans, it represented failure. The one target they couldn't destroy no matter how hard they tried. For the North Vietnamese, it represented defiance. No matter how many bombs the Americans dropped, the bridge would survive, and the trains would keep running. Pilots who flew missions against the Dragon's Jaw knew they might not come back. Some of the most experienced, most skilled pilots in the Air Force were shot down attacking this bridge. The losses were staggering, and the bridge kept standing. Finally, in 1972, the Air Force tried something new: laser-guided bombs, smart bombs. The first generation of precision-guided munitions. On May 13, 1972, F-4 Phantoms attacked the bridge with 2,000-pound laser-guided bombs. The first bombs missed, but then, one of the bombs hit the western span of the bridge. Direct hit, the span collapsed into the river. For the first time in 7 years, the Thanh Hoa Bridge was damaged. It wasn't destroyed, but it was damaged. Trains couldn't cross anymore. The Americans had finally done what hundreds of previous missions couldn't do, but it took 7 years. Hundreds of missions, dozens of aircraft lost, and the development of an entirely new type of weapon. The North Vietnamese repaired the bridge after the war. It's still standing today. There's a monument at the site honoring the anti-aircraft crews who defended it. The Vietnamese are proud of the Dragon's Jaw. It became a symbol of their resistance, a symbol that even the world's most powerful military could undestroy a single bridge when it was determined to stand. For American pilots, the Thanh Hoa Bridge is a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that not every target can be destroyed with conventional weapons. That sometimes, no matter how brave the pilots or how many sorties you fly, the target wins. Bill Robinson, the pilot who flew that first mission in April 1965, survived the war. He flew over 100 missions, he saw friends die, he saw aircraft explode, and he never forgot the Dragon's Jaw. Years later, he said the Thanh Hoa Bridge taught him that courage isn't enough. You need the right weapons, the right tactics, and sometimes, the right luck. The bridge broke men, it broke squadrons, and for 7 years, it stood as a testament to what happens when you underestimate your enemy. If you want more stories about the impossible missions of the Vietnam War, subscribe to this channel. These are the missions that shaped modern warfare. Comment below, most impossible target in history. Let us know. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the target wins.